Hi everyone, this is assignment number 5A. We're going to continue on the assignment we did last time. We're going to continue with rests, something called tied notes, as well as accidentals. When you're done with this video and you have written everything in, send a picture or a screenshot of your personal guide to assignment 5A and you will get credit. Below dotted notes, we have tied notes. Tied notes are simply when we take one note and another note and tie them together with a curved line. This usually looks like it should be a half note, but in this case it might be over a bar line where we can't have a half note. And we simply have to add up each of those to get our length of note. Moving on, we'll talk about rests. Rests, very similar to notes, have the same names, except instead of putting note, we put rest. A whole rest is also 4 beats. It's written the same way in counting, but we put parentheses around it to indicate that no note is sounding in the music at that point. Half rests are a mirror of whole rests. They are 2 beats, written the same as half notes, but with parentheses to indicate there is no note sounding at the music at that time. Quarter rests look like a Z on top of a C. They are 1 beat, and the counting is put in parentheses to indicate there is no note sounding in the music at that time. Eighth rests look like a 7 with a dot on the end. They are half a beat, and the count is put in parentheses to indicate there is no note sounding in the music at that time. Just like 16th notes have 2 beams, 16th rests look like 16th note or like 8th rests, but with 2 tops of the 7. We put the count in parentheses to indicate that there is no note sounding in the music at that time. The last thing we'll talk about today in assignment 5A are accidentals. Contrary to the name accidental, accidentals are very purposeful. We know of sharps and flats. These are the basic accidentals. A sharp raises a note a half step. And a flat takes a note down a half step. Additionally, we have another accidental called a natural we may have seen before. This cancels the sharp or the flat. In context, if we were in the bass clef and we were asked to write the note F flat, we would simply find the note F and put a flat in front of it to indicate the note should be played flat. if we were in treble clef and the note given to us was C sharp, we would find the note C on the staff and put a sharp in front of it to indicate that note should be played sharp. This is exactly what your assignment will look like today, where I will give you the name of a note. You will then draw the clef sign for your instrument, as well as the note. And if it needs to be sharp, you put a sharp in front of it. And if it needs to be flat, you put a flat in front of it. For rhythm today, in assignment 5B, you will also be given the count below the measure, to which you will write in the notes given the rhythm provided in counting numbers. I did a measure for you so you can understand what it should look like and how that works. Once again, if you have questions about any of this stuff, please reach out and ask me. I'll be more than happy to answer. By doing all this stuff, we become more competent at music, and it will allow us to be better musicians, allowing us to play more complex music and make it seem easier. With that, I invite you to turn in this assignment 5A and work on assignment 5B. Have a wonderful Monday. I'll look forward to talking to you during your check-ins this week.